This is what the 2024 key fob looks like for the Volvo. And it's basically the same key design that we've had for years. It has the buttons here on the edge, has the Volvo emblem, panic button on this side, and then a blank side here. This one has a leather keychain, which is pretty cool. It has the little Swedish flag on it. It says Volvo, and it has this pretty substantial ring right here that's easy to remove from your key ring. It's kind of long, but to access the physical key, you start here, and we'll get to the battery in a second, but you have this little lever, you move it inwards, and you hold it, and then you slide this down, and it just slides down just a few millimeters there, and then you can release this side right here, like that. And the reassembly is important, so you got to continue watching to see that. So this is where you can find the physical key, and it kind of snaps right in here. You can reach in with your fingernail or whatever on this side, take it out, use it, and then you can put it back in, hook it in that side, and then snap it in that. So that way it's secure. To access the battery, you see this other lever right here. You move that in, and in the same fashion as the other side, you move it in, and then you slide the other side down a little bit, just a few millimeters. Now we can release this side. All right, so we'll move that down here. So now we've removed both sides, but you have to do it in that order. You can't just go directly to the battery. You have to open the other side first to access the lever. Now, this little cover isn't that easy. I mean, it's not complicated, but it's a little bit of a procedure here. So what we want to do is have like a flat head or a coin or something like that, and you can see where it says close and open. So we want to move that arrow this way as far as we can by turning it. Just push it in there and turn it like so. So now the arrow is over here to open. But there's this little spot right here. Now you can see that right in here, in which is a little bit of space that you can use to pry. And this particular flathead is a little bit too thick, so I use some tweezers here to just kind of get in there and pry it, because it doesn't just like easily pop out. You have to kind of get in there and pry it up in order to get started. And once you get it started, you can of course use your hands. All right, so we've got that started. Because it has a tight tolerance, because there is a seal under here to make sure that it is completely, sealed up from dust and water and stuff. And then the battery, I accidentally popped it open with the tweezers there, but the battery just kind of hooks in place here. So just kind of push it in and snap it on this side. That's how you take it out this side as well. So you just press and just kind of pry up on this side. It releases it. You don't pry on the other side. This side is where you want to pry it, and then you can snap it in place here. And then putting this back together, we line up this little arrow with the open, like so. Push it in, make sure it's snug, move it to the right. Make sure that little arrow is moved over to the right. It's got to be all the way down. It's a little bit tight. Got to make sure it's all the way over there. There we go. So now it's on close. So it went from open to close on the arrow. So now we know that it's snug. It's a little bit tight because it's compressing that seal slightly. All right, so now we pick up the cover that has no emblem on it, and we notice there's two sides, this thinner side and this thicker side. We take the thinner side and place it above all this lever. So right above that lever right there, just place it there. Make sure it's down all the way across, and then you push it up until it snaps. And this is the lever that's going to snap. Make sure that that's up like this when you get done. So make sure that side is secure and flush on both sides before you continue. And that's solid. Everything feels solid. The key's solid. The side's solid. Now you pick up the one with the emblem on it, cover. There's a thin side. There's a thick side. Take the thin side, place it right above that lever right there. All right, press it all the way down. Make sure it's flush. You can see it's offset right now, but you want to make sure it's flush. See that little flush right there? All right, so it's offset, but just make sure it's all the way down, and then you push it up until it meets the other side, and just kind of move it back and forth. Make sure that everything is solid at this point. This is your finishing point, but you just want to double check and make sure all the seams are closed. There's no gaps, nothing's loose, everything feels very solid. So that way you don't have a cover fall off or something like that while you're using the key. So now you're ready to go. You change the battery, you access the key. You've seen the inside of both sides, and I like this orange color as well. It's pretty nice. So thank you for watching. See you next time.